And I think that was the overall worry in the beginning, was that when he had announced Stage Zero and Tata as the artist, and that he was partnering with Suno and using Suno, and they knew that he had the whole Beatclub thing, and they were concerned that he was taking, because they all knew. I mean, Suno and Udio, of course, are always in the news about being sued of how they train their AI models, and they thought that Timbaland was going to take all that music that he had from Beatclub and all those music he had from all those live stream things that he was doing in collaborations with other people, and using that to train Suno for the music he was going to be doing on Stage Zero. And when this happened, people were like, see, that's what we were talking about. That's what we were concerned about. And it's like, because
and that beat the guy played it on social media.
He said he posted up like 8-9 times.
Yeah.
I'm just so tired of people complaining about AI, man. I'm so tired of it. It's coming. It's going to be here.
It's here.
Stop complaining.
It's
like,
here.
Do what you got to do. Tomorrow's not going to be like yesterday.
That's true.
Yesterday ain't never coming back. So stop complaining. Get in where you fit in. Do your best. Pivot. Talk to God. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. And just.
I don't want to.
I just hate. I hate complaining. I hate complaining. I hate complaining culture, and I hate trying to take people. Worry about yourself. I'm just. It kind of really. Maybe it's a good thing I wasn't here that day. I discussed it because it really gets me worked up, man. People.
But I think a lot of it is valid concerns, though, and because there aren't any rules of engagement when it comes to the use of AI in music, and right now there aren't any standards or any boundaries of how music is used in that perspective, and people are just trying to make sure that there are right boundaries and right standards in place for use of music when it comes to AI. And I think through that is how, not the complaining thing. To me, the complaining, and I did a whole video on this whole, matter of fact, complaining versus constructive feedback. But I think it's to me, complaining is going, oh, AI sucks and I don't want nothing to do with it and it's going to destroy your music and that's it. But I think having healthy conversation around it and really talking about pros and cons and what can we do within the limitations of AI helps make it better for the community overall, whether it's on a pro level or on an indie level. I mean, I agree. Don't complain.
I think we got to brace ourselves though, because the rules are going to be real murky
in the beginning.
They're going to be real in general. Like they're going to keep pressing, because then you're going to have people doing stuff illegally. They're going to just, and it's going to be wild and crazy out here. You just got to get ready, man, and try to be as authentically yourself as you can.
Yeah.
And I mean, everything. Listen, people are going to have artificial relationships. You ain't going to need to date nobody no more. You could put your headset on and you got a girlfriend or boyfriend.
What was that movie?
Like
with Bruce Willis, and it was him and his wife, and they were surrogates.
Surrogates, yeah.
It was called Surrogates, and they could put on these headsets and activate like an AI body somewhere and go out into the world and party and date other people, but Bruce Willis was still in love with his wife, but his wife was out there doing some crazy stuff, I believe, in this movie. But that's kind of what it's gonna. How I see it, I think some of these movies are already paving the way to say
it's foreshadowing.
Hey, yes, it's like a foreshadow. These things are going to happen. And I can see that. I can see that people are going to put on headsets and have surrogate bodies that they can walk around in. It's going to be crazy.
Everything's going to be different. So I understand trying to hold on to things the way they are now, but just kind of, I don't know, man. I just think you got to, and enjoy what it is right now. While you can still make original music, hey, do it. Who knows where this thing is going, man.
Yeah, I think that everything that is invented, every piece of equipment you buy, all of it comes with a manual, right? And I think that AI is something that we're still writing the manual for. But I think if people don't express what their concerns are, express what how it will be used, then you will end up with, in essence, a piece of equipment with no manual. And then you'll have people doing things with it that they shouldn't be doing. I think that the noise now is important to set the parameters and the guidelines as to how we will use this. It's like at one point, you remember you couldn't use a certain kind of calculator in school because that
I can't use a scientific calculator.
You couldn't use a you know what I'm saying? So as the technology progressed, then rules and parameters were put in place to ensure that those things did not come into certain areas or environments because they compromised the integrity of that environment. If that was a school environment, it's like, no, that calculator gonna show you how to get to work. And I want to know that you know how to get to work. And that's why you can't sit in SAT and ACT testing with your laptop. Like
Yeah, there's rules.
There are rules, there are guidelines, you know, there are stipulations, and I think that those things need to be, they're in place for everything. Even now, okay, you don't get a paper manual, but still, even if you buy a phone, you know, they got where you can scan something and
get
it'll
a
show you.
downloadable one.
Yeah, so
Or, you know, step-by-step instruction on your phone.
Yeah, I don't think that AI should be held without boundary. Like if it's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, I
We just
think
don't know
that
what it's
what
gonna look
people are
like.
doing and saying is appropriate in order to figure out some kind of guidelines.
Like what's the guideline? Because I don't think they're gonna follow no guidelines. Honestly, I don't think that like.
I mean, there already are some. Like, for example, even when SAG and AFTRA just were on strike last year, part of the reason why they were on strike as long as they were is because they wanted it in the contract to say that they would not be able to use the likeness of actors to then recreate those actors and use their likeness instead of extras. Yeah, to use their likeness to do an entire movie without the individual. Those were things that they negotiated into the contract to ensure that people didn't use AI in a way that basically eliminated the individuals that created them.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's the kind of, and because of that, that means that you still have an entire demographic of people who can make a living for themselves.
Right.
What about? I get that. Of course, obviously, basic stuff has to be in there. But what about them making up an actor? You know, William Hustle. You
Just like making an artist, Tye.
Yeah, like Tye. Yeah.
But what I'm saying, that's coming. That is coming.
It's here.
And I don't think you can like legislate that because
that you may not be able to.
But that's still gonna take jobs away from people. Like they had a thing where there's a movie I saw that I liked, but the movie didn't do as well because it was a big strike against the movie because they used one little image of like a poster in the background that was made by AI. So it was a big thing. What movie was that? It was a movie, and they had one of the background posters because there was like a few posters on the wall. One poster on the wall was like an AI generated poster. It wasn't by an actual artist, and it was a big uproar. And they protested the movie and all that. And the movie, you know, didn't get as promoted as much as it would have promoted because it's one little. And it's like that's coming, man.
That happened to that's the same thing that happened to Kesha, and she put out an album, and the album had an AI artwork. It was created by AI.
Yeah,
and they went ham on that.
The artist community. And my thing is, this is like I understand, but it's like they gotta. It's coming. It's coming. They're gonna.
It's coming. They just need to have some guidelines.
Some guidelines.
But
guidelines.
But it's like I don't think you're gonna be able to tell us a company that they can't use AI artwork in their movies. You know, I just don't think even in other words, there are going to be things that's coming from AI that's going to take real jobs away, and it's just reality. It's just reality, and I guess that's my larger point.
Yeah. I mean,
and then to that point, it's just got to be stated. A lot of people, I think, to all of our points, are going to not use it in an integral way. They're going to pretend like.
And if you as a consumer say, you know what, I don't want to support this movie because of that, that's your right.
But what if you don't know? What if they don't tell you?
No, again, it has to be like on a label. You know, like you go to the grocery store, you see the label.
Like, for example, even with the Grammys, now the Grammys is like, okay, if you use AI, you need to tell us in the creation of your track, or, you know, there is a category for artwork, for cover artwork, that kind of thing. Like, you can't just put it in there. Don't have us run this through some software and find out that this was.
That's going to disqualify the
AI. So that's why, you know, don't turn your back on it or act like it's not coming, because it is. It's here.
But
how we use it, we created it. We got to set the parameters on how we use it.
And I think those are the things, be like the general standards, right? Like a label, because YouTube does it now. Like if you have artwork that has AI, you have to indicate that this is an AI generated thumbnail or graphic and things like that.
That movie was called Late Night with the Devil. That was the movie. It was a horror movie. It was really good. Really good.
Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah, really good. But one of the pieces of artwork in there that was, again, a background artwork was AI generated, and it would cause a real.
Somebody had to go run that and know that. Somebody had to pay that close attention to see a background artwork and go, that's AI. Like that's.
Yeah, it was a real big controversy.
That's crazy.